Alright. Hello everyone. We're gonna get started today with some more art. And yeah, if you can't tell, I got Clip Studio Paint. It was like a perpetual license for version 4.0 was on sale. I think it's still on sale right now. Yeah, I think it should be. I think there might only be like 4 or 3 days left of the sale. But it was on sale for like $23 or so. Which honestly, I mean, that's a steal right there. And of course, that means I'm gonna have to... I can't carry over my stuff from Krita, so... yeah, well, just gonna have to make some new stuff. Alright. Wait, can I do like a new layer folder? I can have nested folders. Okay, this is nice. Oh yeah, layer settings. Okay. Although now I'm going to want to move that down there. Okay, so now if I make another one... okay, yeah, that works there. Okay. And not yet. That'll work for it. Okay, sorry that I'm not even starting any, like, art. It's just file sorting and making and stuff that I'm doing right now, but I really like doing this. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Alright, there we go. Let's just move that down there as a reference part. Okay. Alright. Now to get to the drawing. Wait. Okay, yeah. Just need to move the audio mixer over to actually, like, have my mic displayed. Because unfortunately, when I move OBS into my smaller monitor so I can use my main one for stuff like this, it tends to squish everything together. I mean, I also have a lot of audio sources in there, so it would be squished regardless, but anyway. Okay. So... okay, actually I'm using... okay. I'm still getting the feel of, like, the brushes I like to use and whatnot, and also I've only, like, really downloaded only a few new materials and stuff for Clip Paint, so... or Clip Studio Paint. Does it get shortened to, like, CSP? I mean, thank God the S is in the middle there. Anyway, like I said, I'm still getting used to... oh, hey Red, glad to see you pop up. Okay, I'm glad I got the acronym for it right. Okay. But yeah, I'm still getting used to all the tools and stuff, and I've only, like, downloaded a few new assets and such. Okay, so first thing I want to do... dang it. Alright. Okay, so for this one... Yeah, good enough for that. For what I'm trying to do specifically, like the stream title says, shield weapons, which feels... Would that be an oxymoron? Well, I mean, I know jumbo shrimp is an oxymoron. Would a shield weapon be an oxymoron? I mean, shields by themselves technically are weapons, because I mean, you don't want to get punched in the face by a shield. Like, shield bashes are a thing. And that's not even considering, like, using the edge of a shield. But anyway. As what I'm trying to do right now, they're basically kind of not exactly weapons for the characters, or, well, the characters these are for don't really use weapons. So I can't really draw weapons for them. Like, a lot of them, they're basically like kind of sort of like benders from Avatar: Last Airbender. They deal more with just pure elements. They don't really have a weapon per se. I mean, one of them technically does have something that's close enough to a weapon. It's like the main way she actually manipulates stuff. But again, for the most part, they don't really have like physical weapons. They just use their element. So, don't get too turned around, stars. So, and these are more just symbolic for them, not what they actually use. But, okay. So the one I'm starting with right now, I'm trying to... Oh god, how do I explain this? Basically, for this one, I haven't actually been able to get a good idea for the symbol. I honestly, like, to figure it out, like, this one's supposed to be for Earth, but I didn't have a good idea of how I wanted to, like, draw out the symbol, because, I mean, obviously, just like the ground, that's not gonna work. And it's kind of hard to figure out what exactly the hell is going on there. So I basically, well, started looking into like how some older RPGs with magic systems that have like Earth as an element, like how they design the icons for the spells and such. And a pretty common one is basically floating boulder. Whether it's a spherical one or something that just kind of looks like someone just ripped a chunk out of the ground. And I figured the chunk out of the ground would look better. So I kind of want to go with that. So my plan right now, with this current shape, basically I figured this would be the best thing to start with to like build on to make a, like, actually have draw a boulder and give it some kind of depth to it. Because obviously up here we have like the top of it. Although honestly, think about it, I could definitely kind of shorten this a bit. Like, just compress it a bit, like compress it down a bit. But anyway, like we have the top up here, and then we have just like two sides. So I want to just draw like a basic shape here, and then just on a second layer, just kind of start getting a bit rougher edges, kind of not have sharp corners and such. So well, like I said, I kind of want to like, make this not as tall. So we get back here. Maybe bring this part up a bit. That might help. I mean, well, okay, let's get rid of these first. Okay. I don't need to be size 100 for this. There we go, 30, that works. $17? Okay, 17, you get the rest of that. Alright. Okay. So yeah, this feels like a good basis just to map out the areas. So let's add another layer. All right. And honestly, unfortunately for this, it's the only reference image I was able to find earlier today. I didn't exactly spend too much time looking. Is unfortunately it's a tiny one because, like, the game that I'm looking at and using as a reference was Golden Sun, which was like on the Game Boy Advance, and then they had Dark Dawn, which was on Nintendo DS. So my current reference is small sprites, which it's good for a general idea, but again, not much detail. So yeah, I guess good idea. So let's start just drawing in a general outline. Don't have to worry about anything being just... Well, yeah, I don't have to worry about perfectly smooth lines, because probably a bit shaky would help with the idea that it's just like a big hunk of rock that just got pulled out, so... Alright. Okay. Not bad. So now, the general idea I'm going for is kind of like have at least the top and one of the sides are like in the light, with like this side over here being shaded because like light's coming from this side, so obviously hitting the top and this side of it. Now this is really making me wish I'd actually looked up a few more brushes, because there's probably someone has figured out like a brush for texture that would really help me here. Because I mean, I've definitely messed around with some of these. Again, haven't like really gone into the big store on here to like just see all the brushes and stuff. And I mean, there's also like, we got textures over here and stuff. but I've only really messed with one of them. Where are well, okay, not textures, these are patterns. Yeah, I mean, I haven't messed around too much with all that yet. But, okay. Now, though, there's also another thing I can do to really kind of help with the idea that this has been pulled out of the ground, and that would be to just kind of like make something below it. It's like a give the idea implication. Just basically just make a hole under it. So with context, you know, oh, it got pulled out from that. Yeah. And thanks for the help, Red. And yeah, I mean, I probably will have some questions, but there's probably quite a few of those. There's stuff I kind of need to do. Well, not need to do off stream. There are probably things that'd be better for me to do off stream just because it's probably going to involve like a lot of the futzing around and other stuff like settings and such, which I don't want to spend too much time on right now. But yeah, don't worry, Red. If I get stumped on something, I'll ask. But okay. Alright. Okay, so general idea for this. I guess a rough square as a base shape for this, and then obviously it looks cool. It would look better if it's not just not just a singular hole. I don't want to give the idea that it's just, oh, neatly plucked out here. When you're having like a floating rock as a symbol for earth magic and such, you kind of also want to get across just the sheer power behind it, like the sheer physical power. So the general idea would be like, it doesn't need to exactly be perfectly in line, but we have this as a base, and then actually just have like cracks coming from, well, radiating not just from the corners, but also like small ones from the sides, just to really get across the power that's like, just to show like, yeah, this didn't just get plucked up, it got ripped out of the ground. Oh, you need to zoom in. Okay, so another layer. So this time I'll be drawing outside of this. Okay. Okay, now I can't. Yeah, for now, okay, start with a general outline. Obviously, there's some things that will get moved out of the way and just be blocked in general, so I don't need to worry too much, but it's better for me if I, like, draw everything out and then I just have it there, so I know, like, yeah, no, this works from... It would be harder for me to draw an incomplete version than it would be for me to draw a complete version, basically. Even if, like, the part that's complete isn't actually going to be visible, and it would still be easier for me to draw a complete version. Okay. So now... Actually, wait, I think there might be ruled lines. I wonder if this would actually help me listen. Oh yeah, no, that actually works great for what I'm going for. Like, just actually having the... Okay, yeah, no, that works perfectly. Just having the cracks spiral out, where you can see it's not fully spread apart, but you know, yeah, no, it went out there. Okay, yeah, that actually is very nice. Actually, wait, the crackling might help it. Okay, let's try and see. No, okay, no, it won't help there, because if I try and... At least it won't help with how it's... Maybe if I... Let's try to decrease it to like about 10. Maybe... Okay, now, it works good for, like, trailing cracks, but for ones where everything's kind of already broken open, nah, it doesn't feel right. Okay. And no, I definitely... No. So hard for me to get a good feel of how I want it to, like, how I want it to actually look. Huh. Yeah. Huh. Yeah, okay, I was just looking at one of these sprites they have for one of the spells and just realized that they pretty much use the same pattern for how they showed, like, increasing in power as they did for another set of spells. It's not an exact, like, color change, so it's more just I kind of noticed that, like, oh, I mean, yeah, the idea for it worked, but just stuff I never really thought about. Back on there. Makes you think about it, maybe I should have made this smaller. I wonder. If I... Is there an option? Okay, I don't think there's a direct way for me to, like, actually select the layer itself. At least there doesn't seem to be one. Oh well, that's why we got the lasso. Because I kind of want to shrink this down a bit. I think not by much. At least, no, this. Okay, yeah, that works. Yeah, I kind of wanted the... It felt like it would work better if the whole like wasn't that much larger than like the boulder getting pulled out. Obviously, like still larger than the top of it, but yeah, it feels better if it's like only a bit larger. Okay. No, we're not getting like Sawtooth. Okay, I kind of. I mean, this feels like a stupid thing to look up. What was ripped up ground or ripped out of the ground? Well, the first thing it's showing is a bunch of trees, so that's. Yeah, it doesn't actually help me, of course. Oh well. Okay, maybe what I should go for isn't like ways to show that there are chunks still like taken out on the edges here, but maybe instead I should have it where where you can see like upturned dirt on the edges. That might work better. Because at least with like on this side, it means I can just and go like a general idea of kind of like, well, obviously it's not going to be an exact like neat pattern. I mean, yeah, I guess that works. And honestly, why should I care if it's a neat pattern or not? This isn't supposed to be a realistic image. Okay. Okay, now if it's, look, you can see it go like that. Now a curve. It's kind of like that. We have small ones, obviously. And they go like this far. And of course you get really small ones on these parts because they aren't as open. Alright, something like that. Okay, that one, I want it to curve more like that. There we go. Yeah, they kind of need more of a flared base. Yeah, I think that'd be the right way to describe it. But think about it, it's too tall. Yeah, still too tall. Okay, that looks better. And yeah, they gotta be kind of curving away from this part. It's gotta curve away from the hole. Alright. And of course, for ones like this, we'd be seeing the underside, so this will all be dirt. Whereas, like, for these ones on the front view, we'd be seeing stuff like grass and sod. Actually, wait, what's the difference between grass and sod? Wait, definitely. Okay, what is sod? Oh, sod is just pre-grown layer of grass. Okay, no, that explains why. Alright, so yeah, no, we'd just be seeing grass. We wouldn't be seeing sod here. Okay, that explains it. Oh. Hey, sweetie. You want to come up here, Penny? There you go. You can just stay in my lap right now. Yeah, especially because there's not much room on the desk. I mean, well, actually, no, there is room on the desk, but then you'd be in the way of a lot of stuff. So, could you please just stay in my lap? Please, Penny? That's a no, huh? Alright, sweetie. Okay, no, I don't think you can knock anything off over there, so... Alright. Actually, thinking about... Yeah, for these ones over here, I should actually be changing the direction that they're kind of being flung back in. Actually, I probably should start with this one. That one probably be more focused back like that. We'll just have we over here. This one's gonna be focused in this direction. At least I think it would. I mean, it kind of makes sense to me for that. Who's a good girl? You are, Penny. I love you, sweetie. Okay. Yeah, if you just want to sit there, you can. So, yeah, I think. Back like that. Work. I mean, Penny, if you're bored here and you're already yawning, I mean, you got places you can lie down. I appreciate you being here. Well, actually, yeah, no, you definitely have a place you can lie down. You can lie down on my lap. That would be perfect. Well, I guess you just want to sit up here on the desk. No, don't want to be that skinny. And yeah, it gets back to that point. And we go like this. Small one here. Back. And of course, this one goes like this. Small one there, and small one right over here. Okay. So yeah, general idea of how it's gonna look. You can turn off that layer, and that works better. I mean, honestly, if I turn off my guide layers, this actually Well, I mean, the pit looks more like it's supposed to have teeth in there and all that, but I mean, that'll get solved by, like, actually adding some color in and stuff. And I just realized I kind of want to, like, right down here. I can fix a pen, just kind of like going between them like that. There we go. Okay. Alright. Okay, so we got the general shape established. And now, looking back at the reference. Yeah, you can definitely tell there's a little delineation in color to separate like the top section from the side here. Though looking at the image now, it seems more like the light's more focused on, well, obviously the top and kind of these, like right here, kind of down the middle. Now obviously there's more light coming on this side than on this side, but it seems to be mostly focused down the middle part here. Okay, that'd be really interesting to figure out. Okay. So think about it. Let's move some of these, like, let's do it like this. Okay. Now. Alright. Okay, if I do the lasso. Then I could actually have a... Yeah, I could generally... Okay, so... If I did it like this... This kind of went around like this. And that gives me that selection here on layer 7. In which case I could now try and figure out a good brownish color. A bit too orangish for me. Okay, this seems to be kind of the brown area. Although, I want it a bit lighter. Because, like, the light's supposed to be on it, so... Okay, well, let's see how that works out. I do like that I figured out that if you set up a selection area, then swap to any other pen, you can only actually do anything in the selection area. It's not bad. But I definitely think it should be lighter. I think that's with gradients. Well, I don't need to have it match exactly. So this should be good. For now. Okay. So next. Like let's maybe a bit. I feel maybe a bit darker. Maybe that'll work for the next one. But general idea. I mean, yeah, I'll be honest. My idea right now is kind of like get the general sections like colored out, then just try and blend along the edges so it's not too weird looking. I mean, I'm experimenting at this point, just figuring stuff out. Okay. Let's start out here. Roughly like this. Touch there. Actually, no, I'll do. I want it to be a bit like I'm okay for going about halfway on this side of the line. It's definitely gotta be closer like this over here. Okay. Now if I fill with this color. Huh. Weird that's... Okay, we'll go back to brush then, because... Like, it feels weird that it went that way. Alright. I mean, yeah, I can take all that off. It's still there, so that works. Okay. And now, this side definitely should be a bit of a darker color than, like, both the middle and the top. So first, yeah, if it bleeds a bit in, it's not that bad. I mean, I'm already going to be blending sides anyway. Okay. So... maybe that would be about a good color. Okay, yeah. Not bad, not bad. Although honestly, probably, well, again, I'm figuring stuff out. There's probably a much better way to actually, like, apply proper shading, but I haven't figured out how to do that with this yet. And I mean, again, there's probably a way in CSP to do that. It's probably easier than what I'm going through. But I at least want to figure this out on my own. Okay, can you move? Okay, no, I just need to do that. Just get out of the way. Alright, and now this one should definitely be darker. It's like more in the shade. Yeah, I have no idea how color theory works. But okay. Oh yeah, and let's just get selections off. So now, okay, maybe not have a size 80. 30 seems like a good idea. Oh, with some of the blending, you can start to see through some stuff. Ooh. That's definitely a weird thing. Like, is there a way that doesn't do that? No. No, that's... Like, I definitely want to blend the colors together, but I don't want it to be even more transparent. Huh. Is it because it's blending it with white? Like, is it seeing the white that's on the edges as... Huh, I mean, it might. Although even then, that's not really white, that's just, like, clear. So let's see, if I do, like... Okay, no, if I do that, then it's perfectly fine, you can't really see through it. Okay. In that case, I need to make sure I don't get any white spaces. get rid of the extra stuff later. Although, okay, I'm gonna have to see if, like, doing a selection on the entire thing will help deal with it, like, the little bleed through that can happen. Oh, I can just right-click. Okay, that is very useful. Alright. Oh, yeah, that should... There we go. Okay. Alright. Alright, so that's good. I wonder. Because right now I have it. Turn off that one. Okay. So now let's see if this blend. Okay. Actually, I want to see the other stuff that's below it. See if this. Obviously, that'll work. Okay, no, it does. Why is it doing that? Right? I don't know, I can see it on this side too. Ugh. Why does the blend mess with the opacity? I don't want it to become transparent. And, okay, no, that's... Okay. Change opacity of each pattern. What if we turn them? Okay, no, obviously at 1 it doesn't like work. Huh. Those colors, right? Let's see what this copy stamp does. Oh. Oh yeah, no, I don't remember how that works. So. Okay, no idea. Like, I want the colors to blend along their edges like this. Hmm? Okay, something's... Why can't I do anything? Hmm? Okay, because I'm still in this. No, that's just... no, I don't want... I don't want to move the selection, I just want to close out of this. Okay, maybe if I just do that. Okay, and then can I now... Okay, why can't I... Okay, how do I turn the selection off? Okay, deselect, there we go. Alright. And no matter... Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to figure something out about how the blending actually works. Like later, because I don't want it to be see-through. Oh wait, was it the hardness that did it? Oh, okay, actually that might work. Okay, let's try just a hardness of 2. No, hardness 2, you can see it. 3. Okay. Okay. As long as I don't accidentally try and blend it with the white surrounding it, it should be good. Oh yeah, no, you can definitely tell. If I do it like this. Okay, I don't think you can really see through it now. And I can use this to blur these edges a bit. No, I can see through it there. Damn it. Okay. Maybe I just don't need to. Nope. I literally just... Maybe a light touch will work better. No, it... Okay, maybe I was just getting some white mixed in there and it was just messing it up. Yeah, no, it's probably a much better way to color that, just with starting with like one actual color and then figuring out how the shadows will, like how shadows and light will darken and lighten it respectively. But oh well. Okay. Thinking about it, I can do these just kind of a bit more freehand. Like having just some smaller rocks just kind of floating around it as well. This stuff looks like smaller chunks of rock. Just gives a better feeling for it. Okay. Huh. Okay, that's a weird little line. Oh well. Alright, so it's good for this one for now. Obviously, it's more I can work on, but I don't really... I kind of want to pivot to something else. So let's add in a new folder in here. And here we go for wind. Okay, and add a new layer there. Alright. Okay. Flop back to pen and yeah, get black. Here we go. Okay, now the idea for this one is like a tornado. I mean, that's the most obvious way to show off wind that there is. Like, biggest show of power of it, and so yeah, just obvious thing. And I actually saw I've been trying to figure out how to draw in a way that I feel like, okay, yeah, that works. And I've been trying to figure out how to draw it on paper a few days ago. And I found a pretty, honestly, a pretty useful guide of just a nice way to draw a tornado. So we start by going like this, then this. Okay, we draw this outline. And you draw a line okay, actually, yeah, draw a bit of a curving line. Let me try again. Okay, actually, no, this won't work. But yeah, you draw a bit of a curving line from the top point up here all the way down here. Okay, now we add another layer. then you just kind of go like, you just kind of start drawing the outer bit of the tornado. Obviously, when you get close to the top, you start going away from this center line you drew. But you do kind of try and follow it. At least, like, for the part down here. And then, yeah, just try. So you get that. And then you have a bit of a you have a bit of an ellipse at the top. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we're not done yet, obviously. I mean, and in the ellipse part here, you kind of want to fill it in. Yeah, if I had a better... I don't think a brush would help for this. No, that doesn't. Now you want to fill in this top circle here to kind of act as a view into the tornado. Yeah, but yeah, it was easier when I was actually just kind of shading it in on paper than trying to do it here. Yeah, it's just a weird feeling. Maybe a pencil would actually help with this. Yeah. Oh, I mean, it kind of feels better. Oh, we'll leave it at that. Okay, then one last thing, which the next part is basically to help give an illusion of rotation. Okay, I actually do want to tall. You have these little, you have, I don't really know what to call them. It's not like they're speed lines or anything. We just have a bunch of these going around and in front of the tornado. Gives you the feel there's that's actually spinning and rotating and stuff. Not that. Honestly, I should have tried to figure out, like, actually scan in the pages I drew on paper, because that probably would have, like, I definitely would have felt better about bringing those on. Yeah, just like draw these around it to, again, just give off the illusion of motion and just rotation and stuff. Okay. Okay. Okay, I think I just realized where I went wrong with this and why it's looking off. So, okay, I can just... Alright. Let's just get rid of these. Okay. Okay. And, 35 should be good. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Alright, close enough. Okay. It was when I was drawing this through line for the tornado. Yeah, it needs to curve, but it needs to curve more than that. It's okay if it goes outside. That's where it went off. Because yeah, looking at my actual drawing, I was perfectly fine with like having the like tail end here be kind of go outside of this framework. Because then that allows me to do stuff like... Actually, no, yeah, I don't need to... Basically, I need to stay close for the bottom part. Then we branch out. This side, still come in a bit. And go there. And again, stay close and tight to the bottom. Start to come out here. Alright, it's definitely feeling better. Alright. Let's try and draw the lips better this time, Cyrus. Not, Okay, need to remember that with the lips, it works out better if I don't start on the, like, edges like that. If I start in the top middle, at the very least, then I don't have, like, a sharp edge on one of them, although I did kind of manage to get one on this one. Okay. Lift your palm up so it doesn't drag on the tablet. Move your shoulder. Okay, now let's see. Okay, I actually like that a lot more. And how's the charcoal one actually look for this? Oh, okay, no, charcoal one's actually good. Yeah, damn it. Redo. Okay, and now this. These are just circles in here. Again, just to give off the idea this is the inside of the tornado. Okay. Yeah, that definitely feels better. All right. Just have it hook like that. And try to have them kind of taper down into points for the edges. Oh, hey Blackhawk. Yeah, glad to see you can make it. Right now I'm, well, effectively trying to redraw a tornado that I actually did what I feel was a fairly good job of, like drawing my sketchbook and trying to draw it here. But I'm glad you could drop by. Okay. Now, I want to make those, try and make those smooth lines. Everything's been good so far. Red basically, Red told me that Clip Studio Paint was having a sale on the perpetual license for the Paint Pro a few days ago. It was only about 23 bucks, so I decided, yeah, I'm gonna buy that. And I've been having some fun figuring stuff out with this. It's been going pretty well. Honestly, the only thing that could make this better is if it wasn't so hot out right now. And actually, how it... Oh, wrong app. Let's check what the humidity is for my area right now. Okay, it's 42%, so not bad, just hot, which actually, yeah, it does kind of track. I'm definitely feeling hot, but not feeling too sticky, which I definitely would be if it was really humid. But yeah, day's been going well so far. How's your day been? Alright. Oh, so you just woke up. Oh yeah, I'd say waking up's a pretty neutral start to a day, as long as you got enough sleep the night before, of course. Yeah, not a bad way. Yeah. Are you making breakfast right now, or are you going to be getting breakfast soon? Okay, no, that one's a bit too. Let's try and make that a bit. No. This. Alright, that's good. Okay. So, I guess dinner for breakfast it is, or... understandable. Now, is the schedule because you work like night shift or so, or any other reason? Alright. Yeah, I can never really work a night shift just because of, like, the big difference in schedule that would be. I mean, even though I live alone, so I wouldn't really be messing up anyone else in the house's schedule. It would just be, like, just my schedule in general. I don't think I'd be able to really shift that over to working night shifts. I can definitely compensate for working 12-hour day shifts, but changing it up for night shifts, yeah, that's not something I can do. And yeah, it's definitely one of the reasons. Even with, like, the stuff that's still open, like, I guess, oh yeah, even stuff that's open early, open late, you're pretty much off schedule with the rest of the world, so it definitely is disorienting. Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, definitely is disorienting, but it's not exactly the word I was thinking of. I guess it makes you feel more distanced than anything. Okay. No. Need wide. Then. Okay. No. Maybe if I start from this side, I can keep it. Okay, good enough. Yeah, it's good you have time you can spend with your family, and like I said, you can stream in the evening, so yeah, it's not all bad. And you've learned how to make do, so I'd say that's the important things for when you have something that changes up your schedule like that so much. I just realized I drew all of these on the same layer when I didn't want to. Don't worry about missing it, Black. I mean, there are a lot of people that aren't going to be able to get to all of my streams. I mean, that's just a consequence of time zones. People have their own schedules. It's alright. Yes, the sultry Wahoo Mario. Well, there's always the VODs if you want to, like... Well, okay, I don't recommend the entire VOD, because that was about, like, 6 or so hours. Red did get a few, like, 2 funny clips from there that you might want to check out. But, yeah. I mean, I'm still going to be doing it, like... We're going to have another 64 stream on Sunday. And that one will be going from, like, for at least 7 hours. So you can probably catch me there. And, well, depending on how your schedule is. I don't know how you are with weekends. But, yeah. I definitely hope that by the time you tune in that I'm not still stuck on trying to get the red coin star on the wing cap level. Really hope this little break from it is, well, it's going to be enough to actually, like, let me reset enough that I can just get that done quick and easy. Okay. Well, I can work with this. Okay. Okay, no, I get the idea of how your schedule works. Monday starting on Sunday definitely seems like the worst thing, though. But that means your Friday basically starts on Thursday, right? And Sunday or Monday. Okay, yeah. So, not too bad. And actually thinking about it, since you're working a 5-day work week, you probably only have just like a 8-hour shift for your night shift. Okay. Yeah, because at my last job, I was working day shift, so that was nice. But it was a 12-hour shift, so yeah, I had to get up like usually around 4:30 just to give myself enough time to make breakfast, get ready, and then make it over to work by 6 a.m. Then we'd stay there till around 6 p.m. and we'd leave. So yeah, about 12-hour shifts. Thankfully, they didn't have us work like 12-hour shifts 5 days in a row. We would have to work 2 days in a row and then like work through the weekend starting on Friday. But basically, we only worked 7 days every 2 weeks. Which meant 7 days off from work, which was nice. Yeah, of course, again, messing up the sleep schedule is just... It definitely wasn't nice. Okay, I think this is a good color. Okay, if I want to color the main body of... No, I don't want it like that. I want it more light. Okay, that works. And actually now I know how fill works. I can do that. Oh. Dang it. Didn't mean to undo that one. Okay. And now let's add another layer. Yeah, no, I can definitely feel like just not being able to actually get much done in the weekends. Oh yeah, no, I can definitely feel you there. Because honestly, like I said, the sleep schedule being rough for my job, it wasn't like doing the waking up early and stuff. That wasn't exactly the worst part. It was that if I wanted to actually get enough hours of sleep, I had to go to sleep way earlier than I was used to. Which definitely gave me a feeling of, yeah, I don't actually have as much time in a day as I'm used to. Because usually, get ready for bed around 9 p.m. and then I don't exactly go to sleep, really quickly, unfortunately. So I tend to, try and just kind of, slow burn off my energy for, 2 or 3 hours after I get ready. Usually just by watching videos or just reading some stuff or maybe playing on my handhelds. It usually helps me kind of just get out the little bit of energy I have. I mean, I could also try doing some exercises beforehand, but honestly I don't think that works too well for me. But yeah, I had that as an entire thing that I usually do before I go to sleep, and with work I couldn't, I just didn't have that time anymore. So, yeah. Okay. I kind of want more brighter green for these. Okay, let's try it. Oh. I guess a no on you. Okay. But yeah, I just I had so many things I wanted to do, but I just wasn't able to. Okay, yeah, I get this back in here. Why does it look so large? Oh. No. My last job, I was, well, a network operation. I was working at a network operations center. Basically, large companies nowadays, they've got a lot of stuff that they have, for computers and stuff, a lot of programs and such, and whether it's stuff that's purely being used just for like customer facing stuff, or whether it's internal stuff, or even like basically companies have a lot of stuff that have to like a lot of programs and computer stuff, and also just like do a lot of stuff using the internet and networks and like that. They need to have a network operations center to just basically keep track of everything. And the main duty of that is just monitor the network, see when stuff goes wrong, page out to the correct teams for it. Page out for the correct teams if you can't actually resolve it. And honestly, we were kind of like a in-house IT team. We just monitor everything. If any of the other employees had issues with tech or something, they'd contact us, because either we could fix it or we could like pass the job on to the correct team that could do it. And also the company had a lot of like we had a lot of sites in different states that we also needed to monitor them just to make sure, like, okay, are they still working? Are their devices like still connected and operating? Because of course you have a lot of stuff that would go down. Sounds like a system admin. It might be similar. And of course like I said, we had a lot of like locations all across the US, even like one in Puerto Rico, where we were monitoring the network health for them. And of course sometimes like a big storm comes in, and like you might have a place in Florida where the entire area that's like that location is in just loses power. So from our side, we basically see that that site goes down. So we need to go in, figure out, okay, why is this site down? Which is basically like, okay, is this a problem specifically with the building, or is it for the entire area? Which, like, if power goes down in the city that it's in, then it's for the entire area. They're just all out of power. And then we figure out, like, okay, what's the ETA for them, like, actually getting back up, getting all the power they need, all that. And we just basically keep track of that, inform people, and just general stuff like that. We were also the go-to people for hosting like online meetings. Like they literally just call in to knock, pretty much saying like, okay, yeah, can you guys just spin up a bridge on like Microsoft Zoom? We do that. We'd give them the Zoom details. Like the entire meeting would log in, and we'd pretty much just be there listening in just in case they like need us to page someone to come into it. But yeah, that was pretty much what we did, and thankfully it's not like we were actually okay, 17. Okay, 17 works much better. That's pretty much just what we did. And we just have to be there at our stations for like 12 hours a day, which thankfully it's not like they were always active. And so a good portion of those hours we'd just be like working on general tickets that got sent to our queue and stuff like that. Like, it was one of those jobs where you want it to be boring, because if it's not boring, then that means stuff's gone wrong. Yeah, network infrastructure management's a pretty appropriate name for it. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I call ourselves more of a in-house IT because we also dealt with like stuff going on with like the individual servers that the company was using. Like we'd be checking their health. If anyone requests a specific software to be installed on one of them, that was our job. So it would come to our queue. We just have to make sure that, well, make sure that the software doesn't actually require anyone's approval, because if it does, then we need to have that approval before we can do anything. But yeah, as soon as we know we're good to install, then we just go in, basically kind of already run these scripts that like another team made for the installation, because again, most of these, like the company already knows what it wants from them, so the people have already made a script that you just have to run and it installs it. Hey Daniil, glad to see you drop by. How's your day been going so far? Okay. Well, I hope it's not the everything's on fire kind of busy and just the usual busy. I wonder what I was looking at here. I wonder. Alright. As long as it's the usual busy, it's good. Okay, no, that doesn't... Okay. Well, good to know you're off today, and yeah, no, I can definitely... Yeah, I've definitely had those days where I was off from work and I just slept in, and I end up waking like getting out of bed near noon. It's nice when you can do that. Actually, no. Should go for a darker green here. Yeah, no, don't use the fill tool here. That does not help. Yeah, I don't mind sleeping in too often, but yeah, I definitely get to the point where I feel like I'm just missing out on getting stuff done if I stay in bed for too long. Yeah, feel the same way, Black. Just... I have too many things that I want to do that while sleeping in... That, honestly, I can only really sleep in bed for maybe about, say, an hour before I feel like I'm just wasting time. Although, yeah, I mean, if you stay up all night on weekends, it's no surprise you end up sleeping in, too. Okay. So let's see if I... yeah, no, that's just... Okay, Daniil, that definitely explains why you just woke up recently. If you stayed up till 6 a.m. Hmm. Okay. Huh. Oh. Hmm. All right. Okay, so yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I can definitely say if I like. Actually, I don't know if I'd be able to stay up all night if I was streaming during it. I definitely think I'd start like maybe conking out a bit. Probably not full sleep, but I'd definitely be getting close to it if I tried to do that. Oh no, I don't need it. Give me the lasso. Alright. Okay, now with that, I can just fill this in however I like. Which I really do like being able to select an area like this and just not have to worry about painting outside it. It's nice. Okay, so what I'm making right now, Daniil, I'd say it's well, this I'm trying to make a tornado and color it. I'm definitely not good at the coloring part. I really need to work on that. But it's supposed to be more for basically kind of a symbol for a character. Thank you for support, Daniil. Now, try and do. Let's add some black in there and try to just blend it. What happens if I try and do that? Okay, no, I can just. It just blends out to white. I really need to figure out how the blend tool works. I don't think a gradient's gonna help me with this. Stretch that out. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need to mess around with all of this to figure out how it actually works. It's like, see that? It just made it transparent. I don't get why. With the name, I thought it would pretty much just be kind of actually blending the colors together. I mean, who knows? Maybe there's an actual blend brush that does that without, like, messing it up too much. So I think if I up the hardness of it, oh, no, there's still the issue of I can't go into, like, there's just, it manages to pull white in from somewhere. Okay. Alright. Okay, I'd say... let's just say that one's done for now. Oh, layer settings. Okay. And now just add that in and... okay. And deselect. Alright. How zoomed in am I? Apparently I was very zoomed in. How did that happen? Alright, so... okay, so next one's... okay, I think there was some... saturated line bright. Okay, I don't have that material yet. Okay, and that explains why I had this little cloud icon. Alright, we'll get to that later. Okay, so this one just starts off fairly simple. Okay, can I never actually connect my circles? Alright. Close enough. It does need to be a perfect one. Just kind of want to get rid of that little tail. Ah, dang it. There we go. Okay. And actually thinking about it, I kind of want to have the... okay, this one shouldn't take too long to actually, like, download. Okay, wait, did it just download immediately? Oh, okay, I know it did. Okay. So now if I can... first I'm gonna... I work with material like this. Actually, in ellipse would be better for me too. Okay, so if I plug that into there... oh, Okay, so the material. It's a bit too large. Okay, instead, let's see if I can, if I drag it on here, it does that. And now if I select, okay, selection. Yeah, no, it's like I can move this layer around, but it doesn't give me an option to like shrink it, which I'd like to. But as far as I can tell, there really isn't a way to shrink it. Although, yeah, no, it says references, draft, log, change layer name, no. Okay, no, in that case it just made, No. Okay. I mean, yeah, this is to be expected. This is an entirely new thing I'm trying to use. Okay, that's not helping. Although, well, I guess this is an option. Yeah. Feels a bit gimmicky. Oh. Okay, so no, I can't... I can't rotate it. I can't even do anything to it. That feels weird. Okay, if I try and... Yeah, I can't even do it for... Okay, so I guess you just can't do that with materials. Oh, this feels awkward. Yeah, no, because that's material. I guess because it's manga material, so it doesn't... Okay, well then let's... Huh. Huh? Oh, now I can do this? Why couldn't I do it before? Okay, now I see it. Alright. Okay. So... Can I change the color of it? I mean, that's just moving it. But could I apply a color to it? Oh. Thank you, Blackhawk. Yeah, I basically got... If I remember right... I actually can pull it up to check. I should have it... Okay, yeah, I got... Like... The BGM for my art scene and also the BGM I have for my... like... break, starting, and ending scenes for my stream. I just basically took the... like, Stream Beats stuff. Like the Stream Beats original songs. Because those are pretty much safe to use on stream, don't have to worry about copyright strikes or anything. Pretty much just like took their lo-fi stuff, linked it all together, turned that into an MP4, and then I just used that. Because I didn't want it to be totally, like, didn't want it to be totally blank. Blank? I wanted to have something in the background when I wasn't talking. Because like when I'm playing a game, I don't really have to worry about that too much because it's just going to be like the game itself can fill the space. But yeah, thanks Blackhawk. Okay, now if only I could. Okay, no, not that. Yeah, no, I can't do anything to this layer like that. Like, I can move the object, but it doesn't seem like I can change the color. Well, I guess that's something I'll have to just mess around with and figure out if there's a way. I could connect this to my smartphone? I don't think I'm gonna do that, but, well, good to know, I guess. Oh. Yeah, didn't need to do that much. Well, I think that's good. That's enough art for today. Alright. Yep. Okay. We'll be ending the stream, so let's find someone to raid into. Alright, so who's streaming right now? Always hard to decide who to raid into and who not to raid into. Okay. Alright. I think I found someone. Okay. We'll raid into Volper. Right now they're playing through Hollow Knight. And specifically they're going through the God Home, like, boss challenges. So, that should be fun. Okay. For everyone who came in, whether you lurked or chatted, thank you. It's always nice to have you guys here. And it's always nice to know you guys are... that you want to take some time of your day just to, like, watch me do whatever it is I'm doing. And I'm definitely gonna be messing around with CSP in the next few days and such. But anyway, tomorrow's stream will start by at least 10 a.m. We'll be doing more of Xenoblade Chronicles X. And we should be getting the new party member that's available to us in the chapter. I'm gonna have to do a quest that's not exactly related to them. It's like, as far as I'm aware, it's not directly related to them, but it's one of the prerequisites to do the last quest necessary to recruit them. But yeah, that's gonna be happening tomorrow. So I hope you all have a wonderful morning, noon, afternoon, evening, day, night, wherever you are, whenever you are, whatever time zone you're in. I hope you have a wonderful time of it, and I hope to see you guys again tomorrow. Let's raid. And for anyone watching the YouTube stream, I'm going to be ending the stream now. Thank you all for coming, and hope to see you again tomorrow. Goodbye.